To make switching to the new Boost Mobile risk-free, we're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee.
So why wouldn't you switch from Verizon or T-Mobile?
Because you have nothing to lose. Boost Mobile is offering a 30-day money-back guarantee.
No, I asked why wouldn't you switch from Verizon or T-Mobile?
Oh.
Wouldn't.
Because you love wasting money as a way to punish yourself because your mother never showed you enough love as a child?
Whoa, easy there.
Yeah.
Applies to online activations. Requires port in and auto pay. Customers activating in stores may be charged non-refundable activation fees.
Imagine a year where I'm Adam Sandler. I'm doing a voice.
Oh
I'm
my
doing
God.
a voice. I'm from hell.
Well, at least Rob Schneider isn't here, because good lord, this could only get...
I'm here.
Oh
I'm Rob
my
Schneider. I'm
God.
here too.
Rob Schneider's here too. What year is this?
It's 2001. You can't make jokes anymore. I'm Rob Schneider.
Oh my God. Oh my God, where am I? Oh my God, I'm in hell again? I thought we already did hell. We did hell with Spawn. I'm not supposed to be in hell again? Oh my God, a demon!
I poke you with my poker in hell.
Ow! Ow, there's a demon! Wait a minute, that's not the demon, it's the gremlin!
Ah, yes, I'm the ghoul.
Oh yeah, the ghoul. Wait, no, that wasn't a ghoul. James Station, is that you?
Oh, yeah, that's right, innit? I'm James Station.
What?
I'm a fuckwit, and I was the ghoul the whole... If you didn't listen to last episode, that was the big reveal.
Okay, alright, I have several questions. Number one, what are you doing here? What is the point of all of this? Why am I in hell now? Why did you make me construct a giant portal gun that just sent me straight to hell? Like, why are we even doing a podcast anymore? Original Zach's dead.
I killed him.
Yeah. Was that your plan? Was that your plan to just kill Original Zach? Like, what is going on?
All right, well, it's time for me to break it down. Zach and Sandro, those two, during their 2001 series, they were mean to me.
It's true. I
James
hated
Station.
you. I know this for a fact. I suppressed you. I'm pretty sure in my mind you're dead. So I don't know how you're here.
What merely started as a what the fuck's his name? As a Jason Statham parody on the episode Ghosts of Mars, slowly turned into a bloody parody of me.
Oh my God.
I'm James Station. I'm my own person, and you sent nukes to my house in one episode one time.
That is true. I did do that. That's you know what? That might be on me.
I constructed this whole plan where I was the ghoul, and the ghoul was also pretending to be Sandro.
This feels overly convoluted. I mean, it does make sense that you wanted revenge. I did send nukes. I forgot about that. Remember,
That's right.
I repressed all memories of you because I hated you so much. But yeah, now you've killed Original Zach. Was that your plan? Was the whole point? Was just to kill the original one?
Original Zach was a right tosser, and I tossed him in the bin.
Whoa,
That's right.
Shit.
And yeah, I really feel like my plan is like more of like it's a big twist at the end, but don't look back at what's come before to try and make sense of it. It's that sort of plan, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's kind of concentrate on the big reveal sort of like...
Yeah, that's right. But I'm the big bad guy.
It's like the writers, when they make a nonsensical plot, so people don't figure out the twist ending, and they're like, haha, it was a twist ending, but then you're like, yeah, but the twist wasn't very good, because you just made it a bad story, just so you could have a twist.
That's right. I'm less of an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and I'm more of a Serenity starring Anne Hathaway and... Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, I get that vibe.
Which is a bad movie that only I have seen. And by me, I mean James Station.
Yeah, that checks out. You know what? Yeah, I get that vibe off you, James.
Oh, yeah, and to answer your other question, we're in original Zach and you split, and so we're in the coma. It continues, right? Because the coma is continuing because Zach is still technically alive, which is you, though you are an alternate personality sci-fi shenanigans.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, and the giant portal gun was, I don't know what that was. That was just the disembodied voice. Maybe that's another bad guy that's going to be a twist bad guy later on. I don't know.
I like how the portal gun, that's unrelated to your plan.
That's unrelated. That's not.
That's something different. Something clearly different going on there. Okay, we'll have to figure that one out later. Yeah. Well, we're still apparently doing the podcast, so I don't know how this is going to work. Are you going to do the podcast, or are you going to get Sandro to do it? Like,
oh, you know what I could do? Because you're in a coma, and Sandro is not in a coma, I'm going to let Sandro beam into me like you were doing last year on the podcast.
What? Oh my god, that'd be a giant twist.
That's right, I'm doing it.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, that's horrific looking. Does it look like that every time that happens?
Did someone just teleport into my body? Is that what?
Yeah.
I'm here in a body that I teleported in.
Yeah, that looks horrifying. I did that every day last year.
Yeah, 50 episodes, I watched that constantly.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
I'm so sorry I did that to you. That looked awful, yeah.
Man, I don't know what's going on with the plot at the moment. Let's ignore it and let's review a movie.
The plot is really weird. I don't know. It's a typical James Station situation where he's just caused a whole bunch of awful things to happen to our plot.
It doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah. That sounds like what he would do, though. But yeah, we better talk about the movie this week.
Oh, okay. Well, oh my god, it's the last episode.
Oh my god, is it? It's been a short year. I thought we were barely into October.
Well, we are. Wait, when's this coming out? October's tomorrow. But yeah. Well, Zach, that's the thing. It's a shorter amount of episodes this year because we did 1970 to 2000, and this movie came out in 2000, which means that we're done. We're done with this. We're done with it. We're going to have a new format later. We're also going to have an award show, but we'll do that after we take a break, because after the Armageddon episode, we need it.
Agreed. Unlike this movie, which I could watch again immediately.
That's right.
Because it's a cinematic masterpiece.
Speaking of cinematic masterpieces, over the next 3 weeks, no new episodes. I'm going to be dropping, actually, the whole Mortal Kombat review series we did. Because that got mentioned a lot during our 90s reviews. I think Robert mentioned it. Yeah. I know that other Zach mentioned it.
Yeah.
Everyone's mentioning the Mortal Kombat movies at the moment. So I was like, we reviewed those. I'm going to release them for free.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and then we'll be back and do a award show, and it'll be long and silly. Anyway, let's review the movie I picked as a prank, which was Little Nicky, but really, prank's on me because we both had to watch it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you're the one who gets pranked if you pick it, because you know what's going to happen. Rob Schneider is going to make his appearance as a cameo at the end of the film. He's going to say something, and it's not going to be very funny.
It's not going to be funny or work. It's going to be terrible.
I guarantee it's not going to be work.
That's right. We're reviewing Little Nicky. We'll do non-spoilers and spoilers, but non-spoilers is going to be short because as far as Adam Sandler comedies go, this was not bad.
Sandro's being very tentatively with his review here because he doesn't know whether I like it or not. Therefore, he's like, maybe it's bad, maybe it's good. I don't know.
Maybe it's good. It's not as good as Adam Sandler's best stuff.
Yeah.
So like Click, obviously Uncut Gems, Funny People, but they're not like funny movies. I watched The Wedding Singer last night, and I watched this 2 nights ago, because after this, I was like, I want to watch another Adam Sandler movie that's better. So I watched The Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
That one's also really good, but surprisingly, like, not super funny. Like, it is funny, but it's not super funny. So his best movies are the ones that aren't super funny. This one is just trying to be a straight comedy, so no matter what you think of, like, it's in that side of Adam Sandler comedies, but I feel like he still cared at this point.
Yeah.
This isn't a grown-ups.
Sandro, I'm going to say it. This was way better than I thought it was going to be.
You thought this was pretty good?
Yeah, I thought this was genuinely pretty good. Like, it had some funny moments, especially after the start. I was like, what the fuck is going on? But then it got into it. I was like, I was down with it.
You've got to get used to his, like, this is a movie where Adam Sandler does a voice, and those are the worst sort of Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, his voice is really bad. But I chose to ignore that part. You know what's interesting? Maybe it's because we recently reviewed Jason X on the Patreons.
Patreon.com/AllYourBodyGoodiePod. It's out right now.
Oh my goodness.
That's right.
And that was demonstrably unfunny. But
pretty bad.
I laughed at this film quite a bunch. The little twist, I was not expecting it. When Adam Sandler tries, I think he's actually like a lot smarter than he lets on.
Oh, yeah, of course. He is, his stand-up is great. His songs are great. He's a very good, he's a great comedian. He just, I don't know.
He plays his cards close to his chest, which I respect, you know. But I feel like when he does stuff like this, you can see he's actually just a bit smarter than he really lets on, because some of these jokes are actually really smart. But it's in this shell of stupidity. Like the dog. All the jokes with the dog, very stupid. Very, dumb. Yeah. Ha ha he he. If you're 15, they're the funniest jokes in the world sort of thing, you know.
Yeah, this movie is very, it's not a kid's movie, but it's a movie that you would watch as a kid. Is that a good way to explain it? It's not a movie that's made for kids.
Yeah. This is a movie that 15-year-olds would love to sneak into the cinema and watch.
Man, honestly, 12. If I saw this when I was 12, I think I would have thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty funny now, so I think I would have loved it when I was younger.
And as a 12-year-old in a man's body, I thought this was hilarious.
That's right.
I had pretty low expectations going into this, which I think helped, because it went past them. There were some fun twists and turns, and I thought it was quite funny. I laughed out loud when certain scenes happened.
It's definitely got issues. It's not a perfect movie. There's a lot wrong with it. I honestly feel like they cut maybe 15 minutes out that were maybe very crucial to the plot. The ending goes way too fast.
Yeah. I didn't mind the ending. I thought the ending was fine, because yeah.
I just was I don't know, the pacing was weird.
It was.
Near the end there, but it could just be me. But also, it's Adam Sandler. His movie's a comedy first, so if he's gonna just cut from joke to joke and cut out all the boring stuff, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, and I laughed. And look, the last Adam Sandler film, I can't remember what it was that I watched. It was it was with that Blart Mall Cop guy, and
Kevin James one.
Yeah,
was it the
James.
Western one? That Western one?
I cannot remember for the life of me, because it was not good.
Well, I mean, we did the last movie. We haven't done a whole lot of Adam Sandler on the podcast. We've done a lot of Rob Schneider on the podcast, which means Adam Sandler cameos.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's right.
But the only movie that we've done from Adam Sandler that we reviewed, and he's a main cast member, was Airheads, that Brendan Fraser one. They hijack a radio station and stuff.
Airheads was great.
That was really fun. So
yeah. So Adam Sandler's got a good rate on this podcast.
He actually, surprisingly enough, he does.
He's got a good win rate, you know?
Yeah. No, he's doing well.
I liked the plot. I liked the ideas. To compare it back to Jason X, only because I very recently watched it, the plot makes sense. The story beats feed well into each other, and the jokes are a bit more thought out, you know?
Yeah.
And it's they didn't have any wacky ideas that felt forced in. It was all sort of part of the cohesive plot that was happening. It was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, and there's a pretty big portion of jokes here that I don't think are funny or land, but the voice that he does is kind of annoying.
Oh, the voice is dumb.
The voice is kind of annoying, but if you look past all of that, this is, it's like a live-action animated comedy is what I'd call this.
To quote a good friend, Jacob, we like more jokes per minute that hit and or miss rather than just not having jokes at all.
That's right, yeah.
And it has a lot of jokes per minute, I think. JPM was pretty high.
the JPM, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this movie, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And is it an oldie or a goodie? I'm
definitely giving it a goodie. I will lock it in. There's no doubt in my mind. There's a lot of debating on some of our podcasts. It's do I give it a goodie or do I give it an oldie? Not this one. It's getting a goodie from me.
Is it getting a goodie because your expectations were so low?
Yes, correct.
That you were like, this is fine, actually. Therefore, this is good.
No, it's getting a goodie because I laughed at it several times, which doesn't happen too often in the movie. Jason X, I enjoyed it a lot. Very goofy. I think I laughed once out loud. I had a big, stupid grin on my face the whole time, but I didn't laugh out loud. This one, surprised me. I laughed at some of the jokes. They were funny.
I agree. And I like the actors. Adam Sandler's great,
Yep.
Harvey Keitel is Satan. He's pretty funny.
Oh, he's great. Yeah. I really liked him. I liked a lot of the cast, actually. I think they did really well.
I feel like a lot of his friends, it's a different era of Adam Sandler. He's not friends with Kevin James yet. He's not friends with that other guy that's in all his shit. I don't remember what his name is. He's not friends with the annoying people yet. He's friends with, aside from Rob Schneider, kind of funny people.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's one person I can remember in the film that I was like, why is he even here? It's Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider's stupid cameo is stupid and, it's okay. It's just, it's dumb.
I'm gonna give it a on the line for me, but you know what? I'll put a goodie on it.
You can give it an oldie. I wouldn't be offended if you gave it an oldie because it suffers once again because we're in the 2000s now, right? This is
it's the year 2000, yeah.
And as previously stated on the podcast, once around the 2000 era was the era of horny movies, You know
what? And you're right. We look at all the comedies we did in 2001. This is funnier than pretty much all of them.
This destroys Monkey Bone.
It definitely destroyed. Actually, I was thinking that while watching the movie. I was like, how is every single thing that Monkey Bone tried to do better in this?
Yeah. And this one isn't even trying to be better than it, but it just is. And the effects are good. I really like the special effects and the practical stuff.
Yep.
That was all really great. The visuals are good. But there was there's a lot of sex jokes in it. All the dog stuff.
Yeah, all the dog stuff is kind of dumb, but this is, I compare this to, a cartoon. This is just
Yeah.
If this movie was animated, it might even be funnier.
Yeah.
Because this movie is like a cartoon that's kind of for adults, but kids would love it.
It did well to commit to jokes, though, because it's got the whole dog rule of threes sort of thing. It makes a sex joke, and then the sex joke comes back, and it's haha. And it's I was not expecting a lot of the jokes to come back and be referenced again, so it does well with that.
I'm gonna give it... I feel like it deserves both, but I did give Wild Wild West an oldie, and because of that, because I didn't think Wild 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 West was that bad, and I was trying to even you out, I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna give Little Nicky a goodie. I'm just gonna do it.
Yep, there we go. Two goodies for Little Nicky.
2 goodies for that one.
It won us over. Well done, Adam Sandler.
Good job.
Another win on the board.
Yeah, true. Yeah, he's 2 for 2 so far on the pot. Maybe we'll do a bunch of Adam Sandler movies at some point. I'm sure there's some in there that'll be bad.
The Sadam Lorana.
What? The
K-drama.
Yeah.
The Adam Sandler rama.
Adam Sandler. He's got a bunch that are bad and I want to watch, and then a bunch that are good and I want to watch. You know what I mean?
I want to watch Jack and Jill.
No.
Everyone's favorite.
No.
That one's probably not aged well.
That one's probably pretty bad. Anyway, 2 goodies for Little Nicky. Let's do some taglines. Here we go.
Ooh, tagline time. I'm ready.
We're not in person, so I don't have the...
We're not in person, so you don't have your soundboard.
Yeah. Which is a shame for the last episode of the technically the season. So, yeah, anyway.
Insert the sound effect in post,
These taglines are rough. So, good luck.
Yeah, no, it's an Adam Sandler movie.
Be unafraid. Be very unafraid.
I actually like that one.
I like that one.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I'm going to give that one a thumbs up. That one's quite funny.
Being evil ain't easy. That's fine. He's not evil,
yeah.
though. It's kind of the point.
Yeah, that doesn't really entice me.
No. All right.
Yeah, I would just use shaky middle thumb for that one.
Yep. All right. How about this one? He's never been to Earth. He's never even slept over some other dude's house.
That's just a quote from the movie.
It's missing a word.
Yeah,
it's missing a word.
Yeah, thumbs down. Bad. It was
IMDb, I don't think that's a real tagline, actually.
It's a bad joke in the movie and here.
I'm gonna have to give... I'll put that one last because it's kind of a spoiler, so I'll give a spoiler warning for that one.
Oh, yep.
Okay. He Walks Among Us, November 2000. I like that one.
Whoa, that's very funny actually, because it's about him coming to Earth, and it's like, oh, Satan among us, but it's just Adam Sandler. I'll give that a shaky thumbs up.
You know his number, you know his name, and now you will meet his son. Kind of funny.
Another shaky thumbs up. You were saying these taglines were rough, Sandro, but they've been pretty solid.
Okay, spoiler warning for this one, because I thought that the plot point that this tagline reveals was a twist.
Yeah, look, I feel like if you need a spoiler warning for a tagline, it's automatically a bad tagline.
That's true.
Because you don't want to spoil your movie with a tagline, but continue.
This is on the poster.
Yeah.
The main poster. So I'm surprised that they revealed this plot twist. If your father was the devil and your mother was an angel, you'd be messed up too.
That is a big spoiler. That's a big spoiler. That's like a big thing. That's at the end of the movie.
Why is that on the poster? What are you doing?
Oh my goodness. Thumbs down for spoilers.
Yeah. I bet the trailer for this was Adam Sandler is little Nicky.
Yeah.
His dad is the devil. I'm the devil coming up. His mom is an angel. I'm Reese Witherspoon, look at me. They made Adam Sandler. Fart. Little Nicky coming to cinemas.
I wasn't sure, but as soon as you said fart, I knew that was the trailer for sure. That's 100%.
Well, howdy there, listener. It's me, Shelly McSeller, back with another podcast ad. And I tell you what, the boys, Sandro and Zach, they've been on patreon.com/oldie but a goodie, doing something a little bit mischievous. What's that, I hear you asking? They've been reviewing the Friday the 13th series again. They're back at it with number 10, Jason X. Jason goes to space, Jason in space, here's a clip.
I think the problem is it's a little too middle ground.
Yeah.
And it needed to be either a much smarter sci-fi film.
That's not gonna happen,
or a much stupider, goofier, better kill side of thing. Or even like in the middle, just a better horror film in general with the better kills.
I think I think like a gorier version of this would work. I think a gorier, funnier version of this, like Friday the 13th. Is it the 6th one where they're like breaking the fourth wall? There's the James Bond intro. That one is hilarious.
It is. That is true. There is a bunch of comedy in this film. It tries to be funny, but it isn't very funny.
It tries to be self-aware, but it doesn't really work because we've already seen Friday the 13th be self-aware, and that movie was a lot better than this.
I think that's the thing it struggles with. Is like it tries to do too many things. It doesn't really do any of them particularly well.
Oh, they certainly are getting to the end of that Friday the 13th series, and they finally reached the one that they were excited about, which is the one where they're in space, they ran out of ideas, and they put the series in space. It's Jason in space. Yeehaw! Hey, but here's the thing. If you go to patreon.com/oldie-but-a-goodie-pod, you won't just be able to get that episode, you'll be able to get the whole back catalog of every single bonus episode they've ever released in their entire lives of Oldie But a Goodie. And also ad-free episodes, too. That's pretty good. Yeehaw! I'm an American. All right, spoiler warning properly this time. Spoiler warning. Yeah. Let's get into this one.
Let's dive into the depths of hell with little Nicky.
The font is terrible. I just want to mention that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. The whole intro is wild.
Yeah.
Because you have the intro, which has this, like, stupid heavy rock intro with, like, the worst flame effects I've ever seen. Like, did you see the PNG?
It was stock. It was a stock Microsoft flame effect.
Which is very funny nowadays. I think, like, going to HD or whatever really did no favors for that intro.
That's right.
And it was very funny because the rest of the effects of the movie are pretty passable for the era.
I like Pretty much all of them, yeah.
But that intro was wild. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Then it leads into a cold opening afterwards, which is even wilder.
It's very funny because as I mentioned, I watched The Wedding Singer the other night, which came out 3 years before this, and it's got the exact same font choice in the credits.
Yeah.
So I think that might have just been his thing.
Yeah. Well, he's just choosing something a bit goofy, a bit stupid, but like
it doesn't look good though.
No, it's a very aggressive. It's like Thomas the Tank Engine. Like it's like this aggressive blue as well. It's just like ooh, it is rough.
Exactly.
Which leads into the cold opening, which made me very uncomfortable until it finished. And I was like,
John Lovitz.
We have John Lovitz as a pervert.
That was funny.
It was very funny. I was very uncomfortable at the start because I was like, what the fuck is going on? But as soon as like he got to hell, I was like, This movie was very good at playing with my expectations because I didn't know what was going to happen next.
Yeah, for sure.
Most of the time, which was surprising.
John Lovitz, like, he has this track record for us where he shows up in movies for, like, 5 minutes. He just plays the worst guy. I'm just, like, remembering him in, like, Rat Race. Wasn't he,
that's what I was remembering him.
Like, he went to, like, the Nazi museum or something?
Yeah. It's like... what is this guy? He needs to fire his agent. He needs to get a new agent because his agent hates him.
But like the opening joke is he's like, he's perving, but he falls out of the tree.
Yeah,
and then he falls into hell. He's dead.
Yep, he's perving on someone's mom. He calls up the child of the mum to be like, "Hey, get out of the room! I need to see your mother strip." And I'm like, what the fuck is happening in this movie? I was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on? And then the mum sees him and he falls out of the tree. He like pretends to be a bird. He's like, oh no, I'm a bird. Don't mind me. He also has like a picnic up there for perving on people.
Yeah.
Funny detail. I like the little details.
And then, like, he's in hell, and the devil's like, for your punishment, I will make you get humped by a giant bird.
And he's like, I deserve this. And then that's the intro, where it just like, and then it pans through hell. I was like, oh, yeah. Because of course, the pervert's a very unlikable character. So I'm like, why the fuck are we seeing this at the start? But then he's in hell, and I'm like, I'm back on board.
That's right. And it's so, like, hell looks like the hell from Spawn.
Yeah.
But if it was rendered for, like, maybe an extra week.
Yeah. I think it looked pretty all right. I was pretty happy with it. There was some good details.
It looks pretty good.
And they limited it. You've got, like... We only really see, like, the entrance gates to hell and, like, the main throne room. But they were two really good sets.
There were some good sets. They reminded me a lot of Bill and Ted 2, where I think they go to hell and they do something in that one.
I know Bill and Ted have a few fiddle battles with the devil. You know?
That's right.
Few little competitions, so I think that's fair.
It reminded me a lot of that. Anyway, we've got Harvey Keitel, and he's like, I'm Harvey Keitel, I'm Satan. But Satan is the son of Lucifer, who is played by Rodney Dangerfield, which is very funny.
Who was great.
He's just like an old man who's like, bloody hated my wife.
Which is very funny.
It is.
He's like, I built hell after meeting my wife. She inspired me because she's the fucking worst. And she looked like that guy, that hairy dude, except hairier.
I'm like, is he talking about Lilith? I don't know what's going on here. Kind of funny, though.
Sandro's like, what's the lore behind this character?
What's the lore? This movie has a lot of random lore in it that I really enjoyed. I was like, this is good.
You know me, I love a good world building, and they did some great world building, so I was pretty happy with it.
And now, of course, little Nicky is set in hell, so who is a regular in hell? Who is a regular in every form of media that includes hell? I'm thinking Preacher.
Adam Sandler.
Who's the main character of Preacher? Adam Sandler, that's correct. But also, Adolf Hitler. Hitler's in hell. Of course. He gets pineapples shoved up his butt. That's a running joke.
He's in a maid outfit as well, which is very odd. Apparently, Hitler's eternal torment is to get stuff shoved up his ass. Specifically, at this moment, a pineapple.
And they do that joke 3 times, and the last joke is very funny.
Yeah.
The last time they do it, it's like a plot reason.
It's the rule of threes, the rule of threes, and they literally end the film with it as well, which is incredible.
And it's not a smart joke, but it is a joke that is plot important.
Yeah,
so it comes back, which is a good comedy.
As I said, like, it follows the rules of 3 pretty well. It, like, remembers jokes. It doesn't just, like, use a joke and then forget it.
Yes.
It usually comes back.
And, like, even, like, this movie has cutaway gags, which I don't like. I don't like when a movie is like, oh, remember that time I was doing this thing? And then you cut to that for, like, 3 seconds and come back. It does that a lot with the dog. But
oh yeah.
Even with the dog, it's for plot reasons, and I'm like, this is all for plot reasons. This is not bad, actually.
That's true. Yeah, the cutaways are for like explaining little plot things. I think most of the dog jokes are the worst in the film.
I agree,
and have aged the worst.
I don't know if they've aged the worst.
No. They haven't aged the worst. There's definitely one other character that beats them out on that one, but like. It's not smart comedy. It's just like, haha, the dog fucks.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? It's like, oh, wow.
The dog is played by Robert Smigel, who actually... Oh, he's Triumph, the insult comic dog. That makes sense.
That's funny.
He's the puppet that Eminem had a feud with for like 10 years.
Oh, really?
He also co-wrote Don't Mess with the Zohan and Hotel Transylvania 1 and 2. So he like writes for Adam Sandler a lot, I guess.
There you go.
So, yeah.
I'm glad he played like one of the worst written characters.
The worst character in the movie.
Nah. He was alright. It was just very lowbrow comedy. It's like, haha, the dog fucks, you know? And that's literally his just jokes for most of the film.
Yeah.
He's a bit... He just has the dog from Men in Black vibes as well.
Oh, true.
Except less whiny.
Less annoying, I guess.
Yeah. It's just like, it's not the most intelligent comedy.
But like, you know, that's what you expect. And here's the thing, I'm glad that we're getting this sort of movie and Adam Sandler is the main character. Because again, I'm just remembering those 3 Rob Schneider movies that we've reviewed. Technically, they all have some good jokes.
Yeah.
Technically, they're all basically the same as this, except they're less supernatural. The only difference is they star Rob Schneider in the main role.
Yeah.
Which is further proof that Rob Schneider in the main role of a movie makes your movie bad. And Adam Sandler in your main role makes it slightly better.
Look, I might be biased because I've had to, you know, listen to you rant on and on about good old Schneider over here. But, like, even after watching these, I'm like, Schneider is not good.
The only good Rob Schneider movie is The Hot Chick, where he body swaps with Rachel McAdams. That one's pretty funny.
But, like, yeah, no. It's like, after watching those other movies, I'm like, he doesn't really add much to anything. No. He's very, and I mean this in the worst way, Tim Allen, you know.
He is very Tim Allen.
Yeah. And it's not a good thing, I think.
I will say this, though. Imagine Deuce Bigelow, but it starred Adam Sandler instead.
Yeah. I probably would have liked it a bit more.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know. Adam Sandler's at least charismatic, you know?
Yeah.
He's a very charismatic person. So even when he's doing something stupid and shitty, like, he's still at least charismatic. I think the problem with Schneider is he might be a good actor, he might be a good comedian, but he's not, like, very charismatic.
No.
To bring this to a D&D term, he's got proficiency in comedy, but he doesn't have a very high charisma score.
I like that. I agree. I agree with that. That's pretty spot on. And, like, it's the same with, like, a lot of Adam Sandler's friends who, like, went on to make movies, like Kevin James. There's not a single Kevin James is the main character movie that I want to watch, because they would have been better if it was Adam Sandler. Paul Blart Mall Cop, but Adam Sandler's the main character. Boom. Instantly, at least 10% a better movie.
I can neither confirm nor deny I haven't seen any of the Paul Blart movies, and I'm going to keep it that way.
It's on the Patreon list then.
Oh, fuck. No, thank you.
Anyway, the plot of the movie. Satan's like, come here, my sons. And his sons are Nicky, that's Adam Sandler. He's an ableist portrayal of an emo kid. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like that. It's not the worst that Adam Sandler's done, but, you know.
He's a bit of an emo kid, which I kind of like as like one of Satan's children. He's not like, you know, he's not particularly evil. He's just kind of emo, which is rather funny. He likes rock, you know.
He does like rock. And then you've also got Adrian and Cassius as the other two sons.
Yeah.
One of them's strong, the other's smart. They're the bad guys.
Yeah. No, but like, I thought they were alright as bad guys.
I didn't mind them.
Do you know what it reminds me of? And you'll love this comparison.
Yeah.
Dune. The sons of the
the Baron.
Yeah, the Baron, right? Because you've got the smart, intelligent one that the Baron sets up, and then you've got the big like muscle, you know.
Well, keep that in mind for our remake.
Yeah. I'm just saying. That's what it reminded me of because the himbo, of course, is the one that goes down first, and then he has to deal with the smarter one. But the smarter one's actually like a challenging opponent.
Yeah.
That's like, oh shit, you have to deal with them. You know.
That's a pretty spot on comparison, actually. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So Satan's like, I'm gonna keep ruling hell. I'm not gonna give it to either of you. He sets up a thing where he's like, I'm gonna pick the next ruler from my sons, and the next ruler is me.
I'm going to rule for another 10,000 years because you guys are not ready yet.
Yes.
And of course, the two other like sons are like pissed off because they wanted to rule hell, obviously.
Yeah.
So they're angry at Dad, whereas fucking little Nicky's like, yes,
I don't have to do anything.
He doesn't have to do anything. He can go back to playing rock and being an adorable little demon baby.
And so Adrian and Cassius, they leave hell, which causes hell to freeze over, and Satan's going to lose all his powers and die. This doesn't make sense.
No.
Why is this an option that they can do? Why is this not harder for them to do?
Yeah.
Why isn't it like they plan to do it, they then sneak out, some guards try to stop them, the guards get overpowered, then they escape. Like, make it a challenge for them at least. But they just escape, and then Satan's like, well, guess I'm going to die.
Yeah. It does happen very quickly, and I think it's because it's a comedy movie, but I think it's possible it's because they were angry with their father specifically that, like, when they left out of spite, that caused the problems. If they had left, like, without having spite for their dad, I think it's their powers.
Maybe.
It's like, fuck hell, we're gonna make our new hell, right?
Yeah.
And because of that, it's their powers which cause the problems with the gate, which causes their dad to start fucking dying.
Okay. So Adam Sandler is tasked to bring him back to hell and save his dad. And how's he going to do this? He's got a magic flask. It's the MacGuffin. He's got to make them both drink from it. They'll get trapped in the flask and then take him back to hell, and the power, everything will be good.
But he's literally never gone outside.
No.
To quote the fucking quote that it had in the fucking start there, he's like, oh, I haven't even been on a sleepover. I haven't been outside.
Oh, what am I doing?
What do I do?
And so he goes outside. He instantly dies. Very funny. Comes back.
Oh yeah,
He's got infinite lives, so he can keep like going back and forth.
Yeah, it's very funny because they say it's like, oh, what the worst that can happen is you die and you just come straight back to hell anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And so he steps into the portal, he steps outside and instantly gets hit by a train. And so he's like back again.
Because the portal to hell is in the subway.
Oh, yeah, by the way, this is vital for the plot of the movie, and it's honestly a shame we haven't mentioned it yet, but the guardian of the gate, it's vitally important because he comes and tells Satan that his sons have left. He gets punished by having tits sprout out of his head. And this is vital for the plot because he comes up several more times.
Yeah.
And he wears a bra on his head for the rest of it.
Yeah, he does.
I think Lucifer's like, ooh, get me some of that tit head.
Everyone's like trying to touch his head. Everyone's trying to do it. And not the one that you're thinking of. His boob head. He like he gets into a relationship with like
the demon Sasquatch.
He's credited as Gary the Monster.
Gary the Monster. Oh, wow. That's a great name.
That's what he's called.
Gary the Monster. I liked Gary the Monster. He got like a rock thrown at him, and then he was like, whatever, you know. Gary's there.
He's there.
He laughs at all of Lucifer's jokes, you know.
Yeah.
Gary's a bamf. And, like, I think when Adam Sandler dies one time, he comes back and, like, spots them, like, making out or something. It's very funny. And then they're like, yeah, the joke's bad, but the idea's good, where he's like, yeah, we'll pretend we didn't see you if you didn't see us. But it goes on for, like, a minute, and they could have shortened that joke, I think. But it's a good idea.
Okay, more jokes. Oh, we got a big cameo that's out of nowhere for no reason. He's walking around New York. He runs into a priest man. And it's none other than Quentin Tarantino. Why is he in this?
Why? To bring some holy light into it, Sandro. Because he's a priest and he senses the darkness and other things. It's very funny.
It's out of nowhere, and it's like, what?
He plays a blind priest who senses Adam Sandler's presence as like the demon child, and he's like, the demon walks among us. It burns. And then he falls down like a subway.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. I like him. I got something to mention. So Adam Sandler, you know, we see his bedroom. He's a big fan of human music. So he's obviously like, you know, he listens to a lot of human music. He probably watches stuff. I think I saw a TV in there too. He probably watches human TV.
Yeah, well, Sandro, I'd throw this out there. I'd say a lot of the most punkish of rockers are going down to hell to play the music down there. Right?
Yeah, true. Oh, well, maybe that's... Well, because like, I was going to be like, if he's such a fan of human culture, like music... then surely he would have heard of the concept of eating before. But as soon as he gets to New York, he's like, I don't know how to eat. What's food? And I'm like,
yeah.
But if you're a fan of human stuff, we're always yapping on about eating food.
Yeah.
Surely he knows how to eat food. Surely.
That's fair. I do think in hell they would have tried eating things at some point. Like, I figured, but maybe it's just not a thing that they do down there, you know? And look, just because he knows what it is doesn't mean he's ever done it before. The joke is that he doesn't know how to eat, and the dog, which he meets up with the dog who sort of guides him around New York.
The dog's from hell.
Yeah, he has connections.
Yeah.
Satan gave him some money, which he blew on strippers.
Classic.
Yeah.
Good jokes, good fun stuff.
Good funny jokes. We already mentioned that the dog humor is very low bar. The dog fucks another dog at some point as well. It's like... Yeah,
and a rat as well. The rat's very
important. The rat's vital. That's very funny, though.
There's Adam Sandler's roommate, so he gets a roommate. His roommate, the joke is that he is an actor who's a fan of musical theater.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of gay jokes.
He's an aspiring actor. Yep.
It's just a lot of gay jokes.
Yeah.
Just not funny. None of them were good.
No.
He was a funny actor, but the jokes around him were not very good. Yeah, you know.
I liked the joke when he was drowning Adam Sandler and he said, "Kevin Spacey, you bastard! Take all my roles."
Yeah, that's right.
Which has aged kind of well.
I mean, he calls Kevin Spacey a bastard, so that's aged pretty well.
Yeah, right.
Think.
So that's aged well, I guess.
I liked the running joke of Adam Sandler being like, "Where am I from? I'm from the South, the deep South." That was pretty funny because he's from hell.
Yeah, I get it. He's from the deep south, which is hell, but it's like, I got it the first time, but it's a running joke, apparently.
So dumb.
It is very dumb.
I've got a random note here where I just wrote down, this whole movie is shot like a Lonely Island music video. I don't know how to explain that exactly.
No, you don't need to. I feel like that explains itself. It's true, though.
The whole movie is shot like through it on the ground. I don't know how to...
Yeah. No, it is actually the plot of a music video. And I would say that's a compliment, because I'd say Lonely Island's pretty genius when they come to their comedy. I'd say they'd make a good TV show if they ever made one, like a cop show or something. That'd be a good show.
Yeah, for real. They'd make a good a couple movies, particularly one about it's a mockumentary about being a pop star. That'd be pretty funny.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that would be pretty good. I wish they'd do something like that.
Yeah. They'd make a pretty good Chip and Dale movie. Man, that movie was underrated. No one talked about that when it came out. But the Lonely Island Chip and Dale movie is a banger, and everyone should watch
Hey,
it.
do you know what else is a banger?
What else is a banger?
Popeye's Chicken, the sponsor of this movie.
I like how Adam Sandler does product placement. He still does it this well. It's very funny.
Yeah.
It's obvious. It's right in front of the camera.
I didn't even think about it till the end of the movie, but I'm like, wait a minute, that was product placement, wasn't it? Because he keeps mentioning how great Popeye's chicken is. Because, of course, the demon has never eaten before, so he eats some Popeye's chicken and he's like, oh my god, this is amazing. And it's very funny because it comes back several times. Even at the very end, there's like a giant popcorn, popcorn chicken like bucket thing.
Yeah.
It's great.
Like, the amount of product placement in Adam Sandler movies, it's through the roof, obviously. He uses the movies as an excuse to go on holiday and eat nice food.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I think there's product placement for a couple other things as well, and it's just like...
Cola?
Yeah, that's right.
I know there's a cola product placement, which he uses his devil powers to turn it into the worst thing possible.
Pepsi.
He turns a cola into a Pepsi. And the dog's like, that's what you used your powers for?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
It was a good one. I liked that.
New York is going to hell because Satan's two sons are just kind of fucking around.
Yeah. One of them possesses a priest, and the other one possesses the mayor. And the priest is like, you know what? God's never done anything for me. God sucks. We should all sin. And then like a couple of people stand up and are like, actually, God did this for me. And he's like, nope, God didn't give you that baby. Your neighbor did. He fucked your wife.
That was a funny one. I like that one.
And then there's some other ones. And then the mayor's like, you know what? God's never done for me. We should all sin. And then all these people in church are like, yeah, we should sin.
Yeah.
Fuck God.
So the whole fucking, all of New York has gone to the dogs. There's a joke there. And the only person who hasn't is Valerie, played by Patricia Arquette. She is the other slightly ableist character, love interest of the movie. She's there.
She is there. She, does some minor things in the movie. And pepper sprays him.
She's not particularly funny in this.
I just don't think she does anything in the film.
Yeah, I don't think she's given a chance to really do much.
Yeah, she doesn't really do anything. She's just the love interest for the film.
Yeah.
She delivers the flask at near the end of the film.
Yeah, that's true.
As a little bit, but then she's literally just the damsel in distress for the rest of the film. So it's like she doesn't really get to do anything.
No.
But she's not bad with what she does, so she's just kind of there.
She's fine. She's there. Little Nicky's like, I love you, but then one of the devils is like, I'm gonna make you be a sex creep, and so she's like, I hate you actually, and he's like, no.
That's the whole plot. Her whole plot is she likes him, but then he gets possessed and is rude to her, so she's like, fuck this guy, and then it's fine again. So I don't know.
What else happens? Basketball game. It's an Adam Sandler movie. What sport does he like the most? Basketball. He's got so many basketball stuff in his movies. He's constantly doing it.
It's true.
So he put it in this one too.
It's very stupid because one of the demons has possessed the referee and is making, is it the Jets or something? There's a joke earlier where the devil... Oh, no, this is a football joke, because there's a famous footballer who asks to win the Super Bowl in exchange for his soul, but the devil's like, no, I wouldn't do that to you. You're too good. This is way earlier in the film.
That was earlier. That was funny, though. I liked that one.
But then he's like, yeah, but I'm also not helping him because I'm a Jets fan. And it's like,
that was pretty funny.
Yeah, anyway.
The referee was played by Dana Carvey. That's Garth from Wayne's World.
Which is fine. Oh, yeah, it was, wasn't
Yeah,
it? I couldn't tell with the makeup, actually. But now that you said it, I'm like, oh, yeah, that was.
But he talks like this. I'm the referee.
Yeah, but he's making all the other players bang their heads on a bench, and the people watching the game are like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I liked that one family who was like, "It's all part of the game. It's all part of the game. Just keep watching.
Yeah,
it's all part
yeah.
of the game." I was like, "That's funny."
Everyone's protesting except this one group that's like, "Yeah, it's all part of the show."
It's good. But the Adam Sandler has to has to win, and then he traps Cassius in the flask.
Yeah. They have a halftime, and for the halftime, someone has to shoot a hoop, and if you shoot the hoop, everybody gets free pizza. So Adam Sandler steps up to shoot the hoop.
To shoot it, yeah.
But then the referee tries to stop him, and so they have a basketball battle where they use his powers, and then he pulls a Space Jam where he like jumps super long and then dunks it super hard, and everyone cheers.
Yeah.
And then the guy's like, "Oh my god, how did you do that?" And he's like, "All right, I drank from this super flask that the devil gave me. It gave me superpowers. I drank from the flask." And he's like, "Give me the flask." He's like, "No, don't drink from the flask." And then then he traps his brother in the flask. So he got one.
That's right. You got one of them.
The first one was pretty easy to grab, but the second one, he's the smart one.
The second one's a little bit harder because the second one's put $50 million on Lil Nicky's head.
Yeah.
And so the whole city wants him. He's deep faked his face onto footage of Scarface and put it on the TV.
Which is like, no one else recognizes Scarface, the movie, except the dog, I think.
That was pretty funny. I laughed at that.
I laughed as well. That was one of the moments I laughed in this movie. It was very silly. It was very stupid.
How did your arachnophobia go with the scene where Adam Sandler turns into 100 spiders?
Look, I'm not gonna say I was a fan of it, but mostly because the CGI was a bit rough, you know? Like, the fact that his little heads were on them, it was not comfortable for me, I would say. It was pretty funny because he's being chased by a mob and then he's like, evil powers go, and he just turns into fucking spiders.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's not really disproving their point that he's bad, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he is kind of bad. It's very funny that he is the spawn of Satan, so he's like inherently evil, but also he has to try very hard to be evil, which is it is an amusing concept.
It is funny. I laughed he's chased to like I think it's his apartment or something, and everyone's like banging on the doors and shit. They all want to get in, and so I think Patricia Arquette, like, she asks him, "Nicky, what would your dad do?" And he's like, "Oh, that's a great question. I ask him myself. Kill me right now. Kill me."
Yeah,
that was funny.
Yeah,
I laughed a lot at that one.
Yeah. The multiple times I think he gets people to kill him, so he just teleport back to hell and like deal with what's going on there. Very funny.
It's pretty
very good stuff.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like the groupies he picks up along the way because
Did you like them?
They were fine. Like, I liked the idea that he picks up the groupies, right?
Yeah.
The idea behind it, I don't know if the jokes were executed perfectly, but it's like he picks up some groupies because they're like, "Hail Satan, man," and then they like witness him breathing fire and him like dying and stuff, and they're like, Whoa. He is the son of the devil, let's do it. And then they do a lot of weed at one point.
Yep, that's right. Their characters' names are Peter and John, and they're played by Peter and John, who are just two of Adam Sandler's friends who are in everything.
Yep.
They're in pretty much all of his movies.
I guess I liked their plot more than their characters, right?
Yeah, I think the acting was bad, but I don't care when it comes to this sort of stuff.
Yeah, no, but it was like, I don't know, it was kind of goofy. I was vibing with the like bad acting. I don't know, it felt on purpose. Like, I was vibing with the bad acting because they were like not the great characters either. It was just kind of like, you know, it suited the vibe.
My partner was like, because she'd watched this as a kid, so has like a little bit of like nostalgia for it.
Yeah.
And she was like, I swear that those two were like a metal band cameo, that they're like people from a band who are cameoing in the movie, because that's kind of what they feel like, because they're not good actors.
Yeah.
No, they're just both maybe like high school friends of Adam Sandler. I don't know, but they're in all his stuff. So anyway, good stuff. All right, we got the ending sequence of the movie. So
yeah, the groupies betray quotation marks Adam Sandler.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, how could they have it? They're like, Adam Sandler's gone to hell, and he's coming back here around noonish.
Yeah, he tells the two guys to meet him in the sewer around noonish, but they tell the bad guy, Adrian, they're like, hey, you got to meet us here at noonish so you can get Adam Sandler. And so they're all there hanging out for Nicky, but then someone shows up with a flask of peppermint schnapps.
Which, as we see earlier, what's-his-face, smart Satan's son, likes. He likes them, and he's like, ooh, give me some of that peppermint schnapps. Give me some of that. I'm going to drink some of that. But then, just before he drinks from this nondescript flask, he sees that one of the groupies isn't sweating, even though it's immensely hot down in the sewers. And then he's like, wait a minute, why aren't you sweating? He's like, I drink a lot of beer. Helps with being sweaty. You should drink the peppermint snaps. And he's like, wait a minute.
You are not that one guy.
You're fucking Adam Sandler. Get the fuck out of there.
And he doesn't he pulls the mask off and it's like, it was me.
Yeah, it was me, Adam Sandler. Anyway, you should drink from the flask, lol.
And then Adrian's like, no, that's obviously a ploy. Instead, I'm going to turn Patricia Arquette into the damsel in distress for the rest of the movie.
The bad guy grabs Patricia, and he's like, I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna toss her onto the train tracks. But Adam Sandler's like, no, and he jumps down and he saves Patricia.
Yeah.
While both him and his brother die by the train. And so his brother appears back in hell. But Adam Sandler's not there. Wait a minute, what happened? Why didn't he get sent back to hell?
Because Adam Sandler's in heaven. And who's in heaven? Why, it's Reese.
I laughed when this twist happened because I was not expecting it at all. But of course, because he done a selfless act by saving someone, he redeems his soul. But we find out why he's allowed in heaven as a demon in a second. But I was not expecting it.
The reason is Reese Witherspoon's there, and she's like, I'm playing the same character from Legally Blonde.
Yep.
That's what I'm doing. I'm the same character.
Hey,
but
it's me, Reese Witherspoon. I'm also your mum somehow.
That's right. She is Adam Sandler's mum. Big twist. Also,
I love the depiction of heaven as well with hell.
It's very funny.
Heaven's just like a flower field.
Yeah.
With some sorority angels.
Which is pretty funny. It's like a Playboy house.
Yeah,
God.
Yeah, pretty much. It was very funny.
I thought it was good. Also, who else is there? Why, it's Carl Weathers from the Rocky films, from The Mandalorian, from Predator.
Whoa.
He shows up as a famous golfer, and that is a character from another Adam Sandler movie, Happy Gilmore, which means it's all set in the same bloody universe, Zach.
Whoa.
It's all set in the same world.
That checks out.
Because he dies in Happy Gilmore, and then he's sent to heaven, which is this movie.
Oh my god.
Pretty crazy. How about that? Anyway, she's his mom, and now he's like, oh my god, I got the power of good. So he goes back to Earth.
Yeah. So the bad guy, currently, his brother, is in hell.
Yes.
Evil brother is like, oh shit, hey, Satan's nearly dead because we left. And one of the, I believe it's Tithead McGee who blabs and says, if you sit on the throne, you become the new, leader of hell now. So he does that. And so his brother now is the head honcho. He's the head of hell now.
Yeah, he's ruling. And his first big act is to make Central Park hell.
Yeah,
he makes hell rise from Central Park.
Hell rises out of Central Park, because of course it does.
And we get he does a show. He's like, I've got Patricia Arquette, I'm gonna kill her or something. I don't know. Also, Henry Winkler is here, and Henry Winkler's covered in bees. Haha, very funny.
Yeah. I like that because it's a plot point as well because it comes back because Adam Sandler has to cover him in bees as well. It's very funny. But then Adam Sandler comes down and he's like,
God.
I'm gonna fight you, brother.
But he's not gonna fight him with Satan powers. He's gonna fight with rainbows and unicorns.
The power of angels, yes.
Which is hilarious.
So he fights some of the demon followers by using his good powers. He's like, good.
The music is so good for that stuff as well. It's so funny.
It's so stupid. He summons some rabbits.
Yep.
He summons butterflies. And then he summons, of course, a giant bucket of Popeye's chicken.
Very funny.
And then he's like, yes, you put it in your mouth and then you chew it and then you swallow it. And then one of them picks up a rabbit and starts eating it. He's like, no, not that one.
Yeah. And then he's like, I'm gonna fight you, brother. So they have a fight, and this is just the fight from, it's the same thing from Sandman.
Ooh.
It's the Sandman versus Lucifer showdown, where they both, like, it's like an improv game. It's like, I've got a snake, and he's like, well, I've got a bear. And I was like, well, I've got this thing.
I was going to say this is like the fucking Moses and Pharaoh fight where they fucking throw down their staves and one of the staves eat each other.
That's true, but that's boring,
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah,
going to
yeah.
reference Sandman.
Yeah, no, I liked your reference better. Your reference was better. Well, yeah, so he uses the good powers. He summons a squirrel, and then the Lucifer guy, he summons a snake, and the snake eats the squirrel, and then Adam Sandler turns the snake into a pile of flowers, and then the other guy summons a lawnmower, and he, like, mows the flowers.
It's good. It's fun. I like it.
I liked that, yeah.
It's pretty good. And honestly, compared to the Sandman TV show, I liked the Sandman TV show, but that part of the Sandman TV show, I don't think they adapted it very well. This is a better fight than it was in the Sandman TV show, so...
Yeah, I like it's essentially like a wizard battle, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And I like those battles. It also reminds me of, like, the Voldemort versus Dumbledore sort of battle in the Ministry of Magic. Like,
Sure.
They have a bit more of a creative fight. I like it. I like that idea. All wizard battles should be like little competition things like that.
Yeah, I agree. And then after that, speaking of creative, we get a very creative action scene where they both end up in the flask, and then the flask is like jumping up and down, and a crowd's around it, and they're like, whoa, and I'm like, I love this. I love if you don't have the budget to do a big fight, just have this.
They just
This is funny. I think it's hilarious. The only problem with this scene is Rob Schneider's in it.
Yeah, that's true. He's egging them on. He's like, kick him in the balls.
Apparently, actually, a fun fact, that Rob Schneider cameo, where he's like, kick him in the hairy balls.
Yep.
That cameo, in the Rob Schneider movie The Animal, which we've also done here on the main show, in that movie, which came out a year after this, Adam Sandler says, kick him in the balls, in a scene where
I remember that.
Anyway, Adam Sandler comes out of the flask, but it's not Adam Sandler, it's the bad guy. And then Adam Sandler does come out of the flask.
Yeah, why can they leave the flask, though?
I don't know.
Isn't the whole point that they can't leave the flask?
Yes,
so
I wrote this down and I was very confused. This whole ending moves too quickly.
Yeah, that's fair.
It moves on so quickly and I'm like, but what exactly is happening?
I didn't mind it as much for that reason, but yeah, there was a few problems. I think leaving the flask because you're good makes sense. He, like, uses his good powers to leave, which makes sense because the flask is designed to contain evil.
That's right.
It just doesn't make sense that the other guy comes out.
And then what happens is the bad guy turns into a bat.
Yeah.
And so Adam Sandler's like, how do I kill a bat? Ozzy Osbourne. He'll bite his head off. So he summons Ozzy Osbourne.
Which is pretty great.
And then they put the bat in the flask, and then they shove the flask up Hitler's butt. And that's how they say, that's a good wrap up to that joke.
Yeah, that's a good ending.
Very funny.
That was a good ending. I like that ending. That was funny. That was funny. Yeah, because Adam Sandler manages to return back with the flask, and his dad is fixed.
Yeah.
And then his dad is like, hey, Adam Sandler's mum, I'd still like to fuck you. The angels are horny on Maine. The devil's horny on Maine. Everyone's horny on Maine. And then, yeah, they shove the bad guys up Hitler's butt.
And then the movie ends with look into the future. Adam Sandler
Oh my God.
is working at Popeye's Chicken. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Very funny.
The whole ending is very funny because they do the 90s thing, the, like, freeze frame, and it's like, Adam Sandler went on to live happily as a Popeye's chicken boy, and then his son got suspended from school for turning someone's juice into moose piss.
Yeah, which is good, because they had a kid, and the kid is the devil as well.
Yep. And it's like, oh, yeah, and then a passerby is like, oh, what a little angel, and then the dog's like, a quarter of an angel, and then it breathes fire, and she's like, ah.
It's like Satan and the angel. They couldn't do long distance. They're not gonna.
Yep.
They won't.
They're not doing their relationship. And the angel hooked up with the Pilates instructor. The groupies, the two groupies who got $250,000 for betraying Adam Sandler, used it to buy a blimp and fill it up with booze and hash and hookers. Unfortunately, they didn't buy a pilot and they crashed and died.
And they crashed. But now they get to live in Adam Sandler's room. So that's pretty cool.
It's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And the dog married a rat. The end.
And the dog married the rat that it mentioned earlier. And then you see its hybrid babies.
Yeah.
Very funny. I was not expecting that.
Dear me.
That was a good twist.
Was it in a Rob Schneider movie where they do the same ending, but it's like...
Yes, it was with the big woman, remember?
Yeah, but it was like a cameo, and the cameo was like, this person made this much money from being in the movie. I was expecting them to do that again for like Henry Winkler or something.
That was in Juice Bigelow.
Yeah, right, okay, yeah.
Because they had Noz Ormond. What's his name?
Oh, yeah, Norm MacDonald, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. I like how you got that name from whatever the fuck I just said.
I was like, I know exactly who you're talking about. That one, because he's funny, actually.
He's great.
Anyway, that's the movie.
That's it.
People didn't like this at the time, and I think, honestly, it's good.
Yeah.
it's pretty funny.
Really? People didn't like this. What did you get?
22% on Rotten Tomatoes. Is bombed
very low.
at the box
Wow.
office. It was nominated for like every Golden Raspberry, but lost all of them to John Travolta's Scientology sci-fi movie.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Because I feel like this one was pretty funny.
I like it.
This was way better than I thought it was going to be. This is better than Monkey Bone, that's for sure. So, like...
It's better than a lot of bad comedies that came after this.
I was expecting a Monkey Bone, and what I got was slightly better than a Monkey Bone.
To make switching to the new Boost Mobile risk-free, we're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee.
So why wouldn't you switch from Verizon or T-Mobile?
Because you have nothing to lose. Boost Mobile is offering a 30-day money-back guarantee.
No, I asked why wouldn't you switch from Verizon or T-Mobile?
Oh.
Wouldn't.
Because you love wasting money as a way to punish yourself because your mother never showed you enough love as a child?
Whoa, easy there.
Yeah.
Applies to online activations. Requires port in and auto pay. Customers activating in stores may be charged non-refundable activation fees.
But Zach, now we have to remake this movie.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And this is the final remake of the year.
The last one probably ever.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to do remakes again. I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah. So we got to make this a good one. We got to make up for the lost billions, like trillions of dollars from all our other remakes, which definitely bombed.
They all bombs. We got to make a big movie, and by a big movie,
Big
I mean
bucks.
making the money. Okay, so watching any Adam Sandler movie, the person I'm always like, if I was to recast this, it would be Adam Sandler. It's always Andy Samberg.
I like it. That's a good start.
But I think Andy Samberg's too old. I think we need to go for someone younger now.
No.
No?
I think he works. Even now, like Adam Sandler's too old for the role he's playing in this movie,
That's
right?
a good point.
And he's not even old yet.
But there's only 12 years in between them, you know?
I am down just because I like Andy Samberg a lot. I feel like he could do this role.
Andy Samberg.
He has a young look about him.
He does. You're right, he does. He can play this.
He gives me young vibes. Even if he was old, I feel like he gives off young vibes.
Yeah.
I feel like we could also, we could make it a cartoon if you wanted.
Let's make this animated. That's a vibe. Yeah, that's true. I think live action's funny, though. What if Andy Samberg plays little Nicky?
Ooh.
He plays little Nicky's son, and it's just the same movie, but it's also not. So Adam Sandler plays Satan.
Well, we're doing, That's very funny.
Yeah.
I do like that. I do like this. Like, we did sequels before.
We have.
And we've done remakes. Maybe we could make this a remake or a sequel.
Oh, it's a requel.
It's a requel.
All right.
Yeah.
We're changing it up for the final episode, but I'm not doing a remake. We're doing a requel.
We're doing a requel, which is, it's the same plot of this movie, but it's technically also a sequel.
So Adam Sandler is playing Satan.
Yes.
Then he rules hell now.
Yeah. Who is his brothers, though? That's what we got to do. Well, maybe we go over to the Harkonian boys. I want Austin Butler as...
as Cassius. That's funny, though.
Yeah. And we can have Dave Bules.
Drax's.
Yeah, as Drax.
Drax.
We want Drax as a big, strong guy.
Okay.
And Austin Butler as our crafty mastermind to really just rub in the comparisons,
Dave Bibster. We need a love interest then. We need a Valerie.
Zendaya.
Too young. Too young.
Yeah, no, too young.
Oh,
too
you
young.
know who's perfect for this?
Ooh.
Kristen Wiig. Perfect.
Oh, yeah. She would do well. Yeah. She's not been in a lot of good things recently, so
True.
Let's put her in something good.
Man, Wonder Woman 1984 was terrible. Anyway,
Oof.
all we need is a director. Now, it could just be the Lonely Island guys. That's, you know.
They would do a good job.
But we've done that a lot, though. We have done that. I think that was Wayne's World, was with the Lonely Island guys.
Yeah.
Realistically, someone who would direct this would be like a Paul Feig, who directed Bridesmaids, 2016 Ghostbusters, which, you know, it's not that bad. I think it's fine.
You're losing me.
He most recently directed Jackpot, which is a John Cena Aquafina thing that I probably won't watch.
Yeah, you're not really winning me over on this choice, Sandra. I'm not going to lie.
Look, he has directed some bad stuff, but he's also directed, you know, as I said, Bridesmaids. Spy is really funny. I like Spy a lot. That's a funny movie.
You know what I'm thinking of? I'm going to throw out my opinion, but you don't have to choose it.
Okay.
I'm just like, I want Chris McKay. He's done the Lego movie.
Yeah.
The Lego Batman movie. And he did Renfield.
I think that's a pretty good pick.
Yeah, like Renfield's got the same sort of vibe as this film. I'm just saying. And the Lego movie did slap. The Lego movie and the Lego Batman movie did slap.
The Lego Movie 2, less so, but the Lego Movie was, you know, pretty good.
Yeah,
also, he wrote
yeah.
the D&D movie, you know, that's pretty good.
Oh, I love the D&D movie. Wow.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
All right, well, there we go. That's our requel of Little Nicky, which is the same movie, but it's also a sequel, and it will probably be better than Zoolander 2 by, like, maybe 3%.
Yeah. And that's what I'm thinking. What slight story changes would you change? What little additions? I think the dog.
No gay jokes.
Yeah. There was definitely a character. There's like a trans sort of guy they make fun of during the film. That kind of sucked.
Yeah, that was bad. The dog could be a cat, maybe?
They are associated with evil a bit more.
Oh, yeah, like a witch. Yeah, for real.
Yeah. We could get a black cat, and it's like it brings bad luck wherever he goes. So like everyone around him has bad luck.
I think Henry Winkler should still show up and get covered in bees.
Yeah. That's the important thing is that the movie ends exactly the same way.
Yeah.
When he's like, "Oh, not again!" Like they say, "And we're gonna cover him in bees," and he says, "Not again."
Yeah.
That would be very funny.
Well, there we go. That's our remake, and that is the episode, which also is the end of this long series.
Woo! We did it. We made it.
That's 80 years of movies.
Whew.
That's a lot.
That's crazy to think about, actually, because, we started this off. What's the movie called again?
Dr. Caligari.
Dr. Caligari.
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
ended on this film.
We ended on Little Nicky. It's kind of funny,
and we
actually.
ended on Little Nicky. That's wild.
Yeah, what a wild journey. And we will be going through all of the movies and giving out awards.
Yeah. We're not sure what we're exactly going to do for the award show yet. We'll figure that out in the next couple of weeks. We'll figure out what we're going to do for it. But I think it'd be cool to look back.
That's why we've delayed it by 3 weeks, because we don't know what to do.
Yeah, we don't know what we're doing, but we're going to figure out something pretty good for this.
Yeah.
I'm definitely already getting nostalgia, because Dr. Caligari was really good. All the Charlie Chaplin stuff was really fun.
Charlie Chaplin stuff? Yeah, for sure. Just even thinking back to, like, Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, Little Shop of Horrors was a banger.
So we're going to be doing all of that. In 3 weeks for the 80 Years in Review award special. And we do have a new format for the rest of the year after the award show that we will be talking about later. But I'm excited for that one. That's going to be good.
Yeah.
But Zach, that's the end of the episode, and we will be going on break. But if people want content in the break, where can they head?
Well, they can go to Patreon if they want some bonus episodes that they can subscribe to for a small donation of, is it, $5 dues?
$5 digits.
You can not only get ad-free episodes, but you can also get some bonus episodes. We mentioned before, but we got Jason X, because we've been doing the entirety of the Friday the 13th series. We're up to the 10th one. We've only got 2 more left in that franchise.
I'm excited to wrap that up.
Yeah. What else are you excited for, Sandro? Because we got another movie coming up very shortly.
Well, in October. It will be 2 whole years since we released our spooky episode on the Twilight Saga.
Whoa, Twilight.
And so to think back 2 years ago to that epic episode,
Wonderful time.
We're finally reviewing the parody movie of Twilight called Vampires Suck, which is the parody movie that I've seen before I even watched Twilight, and you've never seen it.
I've never seen it. But every time you say Vampires Suck, I'm like, that's a good pun. That's a great name. It's just good because everybody collectively liked to hate on the Twilight franchise.
Yeah.
And so Vampires Suck is a very appropriate name for a Twilight-hating movie.
So yeah, we're gonna watch that. It'll be pretty funny. Probably us talking about it will be funny. But yeah, that'll be out in 2-3 weeks in October. It'll be out soon in October.
There's some old Cage-rama episodes where we reviewed Nick Cage movies. There was some great stuff there.
And here's the thing. With Patreon, they've announced a brand new feature
Whoa.
where we can actually sell episodes individually. If you just want a particular episode, you can just buy that episode.
Oh, wow.
That's a brand new thing that they've put out. And we do have a 3-week break coming up. Maybe I'll go through them, chuck the bonus episodes on that. I don't know how much. I'll figure it out. But, a small amount.
Yeah, $1,000 an episode.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes sense. Yeah, a reasonable amount.
It will make the Neverending Story 2 episode $1,000, but any other episode you get for $2.
Man, Sandro's hatred of the Neverending Story franchise goes even beyond.
That's right.
What I could possibly imagine.
But that'll be an option. If you just want the Cage-rama, you can get all the Cage-rama episodes and never have to pay again.
Yeah!
Because, if you're like me and you always forget your subscriptions, I think it'll be pretty helpful. You always forget to cancel those subscriptions. You're like, damn, why am I subscribed to Disney Plus again?
That's true. I got an entire year of Disney Plus that I didn't think I was going to use, but here we are. I still have the Disney Plus because I couldn't be bothered.
Well, Vampires Suck is on Disney Plus, so watch it.
That's true. There you go. So stay tuned. Maybe you'll get use out of your Disney Plus subscription soon.
Exactly. So we don't have a movie to pick because the next one we're doing in 3 weeks is the awards. The only thing left to do is to wrap up the story, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you've got to beam out of James Station's body.
Yeah.
Which I wish you didn't have to, because then I'll have to talk to James Station again, which I never thought I would have to do again, but here we are. We also have to leave hell somehow. Oh, you're already leaving. Okay.
I'm gonna go. I don't think you need to leave hell. I think you can probably finish the story here in hell, honestly.
No, I'm just saying, that's another thing I'll need to do.
True.
I can't... All right. Get out of here, Sandra.
I'm James Station in it. Oh my god, I dropped something out of my pockets. Oh no.
What's this?
Oh, don't pick that up. No, don't do that.
What is this device?
Don't look at that button. I mean that device. Don't look at that.
It says the MacGuffin device. What does it do?
Oh, I didn't properly set that up, so if you use the MacGuffin device without me setting up with exposition...
Will it spawn Ozzy Osbourne to eat your head off?
Oh, I don't know, but don't press it, innit?
Well, I would really love Ozzy Osbourne to eat Jason Statham's head, so I'm gonna press the button.
Oh no, don't press that, I'm a fuckwit.
Oh, where am I?
Oh no.
Where are we?
Oh, you pressed the button that releases Original Zack, because I didn't kill him, I just put him in stasis.
It's me, Original Zack.
Oh no, and you know my secret weakness. You know exactly how to defeat me. Oh, my plan. It was foiled once again.
That's true, because I know the real secret. The real secret that's been going on. The secrets that's been kept from us, the audience, and everything. The secret I've been holding into the whole time.
Oh, no,
James
what is it?
Station.
Oh, no, you know the secret? What is the secret? Is it that I'm a fuckwit and you're gonna punch me in the balls?
No, Sandro. It's the fact that you are in the coma. It's your coma, Sandro, and you need to wake up, Sandro.
What?
Sandro, wake up.
What are you bloody
Sandro,
talking about?
I'm James
Sandro, wake up.
I'm kicking you in the balls.
I'm out of balls.
Sandro,
punch
wake
my
up!
balls, Zach. What the fuck? What?
Sandro, wake up!
What?
Sandro,
Oh, no.
wake up!
Ah!
Sandro, wake up! Sandro, wake up!
Ah.
Oh my god, Sandro! Sandro, you're finally awake!
Hello?
After all this time, you were in a coma, and then you managed to get out of the coma, and then you immediately went back into another coma.
I was in another coma?
Yeah.
But I thought it was Zach's coma this time.
What?
We had the whole intro at the start of the year and everything.
Yeah, that was you just getting back into another coma again.
I was in a coma again?
Yeah.
I swear it was your coma, though.
No, but you were talking about how you were a ghoul in my coma, and you were running around in my coma, but it was you the whole time. It was your coma. Sandro, we haven't done a podcast episode for 2 years because you've been asleep the whole time.
Oh,
what the
no.
fuck, dude?
Oh, well, what a weird dream that was, though.
I mean, yeah, it sounded wild by your mutterings. Like,
Why did I bring James Station back? That was my idea?
well, I wouldn't have had James Station in my coma because I suppressed his memories. They would have to be really deeply inside a coma to be really like I'd have to be several layers deep inside a coma to bring back James Station.
Oh, man. Well, you know what? I remember every movie that we reviewed in the coma.
In the coma?
Yeah.
What do you mean we didn't review any movies? We haven't done a podcast for 2 years.
We did. We reviewed 91 movies over 81 episodes.
That does make sense for the time frame, yeah.
And I remember all of them, and comas might be real after all.
What?
Maybe it was my coma all along and not yours. But here's one thing that I know.
What's that, Sandro?
Sci-fi is real, and I can implant the memories into your brain using this sci-fi gun.
Whoa, my god!
That I was sleeping on this whole time, because I was trying to get this to you 2 years ago.
What?
So that only one of us would ever have to watch a movie.
What? What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense.
I was like, it's a great idea for the back at the start of Dr. Caligari, which didn't happen because it was in a coma. I was rushing into the studio, and you dropped something on my head.
Yeah, look, sorry about that.
The reason why I was rushing into the studio was because I created this device, which means that only one of us has to watch the movie, and then the person who watched the movie shoots the other person with the sci-fi ray, and that implants the memory of the movie in their head.
It's like a memory device. Oh.
We'd be able to record 2 episodes every single day and bank them up for eternity.
Well, that does sound convenient, because we haven't done, as I said, an episode in like 2 years, so we really gotta get going.
So I will shoot you with this, and then we can do the award show, but maybe once the nurses let me out of this hospital.
Yeah, that's a good idea. They are pretty pissed that I keep coming in here and, like, listening to you sleep. But I had to make some content somehow.
Wait, were you just publishing me muttering in my sleep?
I was using it to write a book.
Oh, so it's not published on our podcast feed now.
No. That would be convenient.
Oh, I hope I don't fall into a coma again. That'd be embarrassing.
That would be embarrassing. All right, well, hey, how about you start by shooting me with that gun of memory blasting, and then we can do a couple of episodes then.
All right.
Because, well, like your dream movies, they'll probably be a good podcast, right?
All right, well, yeah, like, we reviewed Spawn. And we did Charlie Chaplin.
Never heard of them. Sounds garbage.
I'm shooting you with this sci-fi ray. Beow! Zach.
Wait,
Zach.
where am I?
Oh my god, Zach, you're awake.
What? What do you mean? Why am I in a hospital bed? What's going on?
Zach, you've been in a coma for 2 years.
Oh my fucking god, no, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that I was actually the one in the fucking coma. Oh my god, I'm going back to bed.
Zach, oh, that's fair.